Hi, Johnny. Thank you so
Hi.
much for joining us.
It's quite all right. Thank you for inviting me to do this interview.
Yeah, no worries. How are you? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad. You know, I've had a fairly good weekend in terms of pizza making and delivery. So I've also been fortunate to have a bit of time off this weekend as well. So you know, just my team, just be able to let the team do the work, and so I'll be able to just do be with my wife and kids and do a bit of gardening and stuff like that. So all mundane
nice.
stuff.
Yeah, that's nice to get the balance. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So.
How long has Little Red Pizza been going for? When did you start?
The story of Little Red Pizza goes back about nearly 3 years. So I had a business called Red House Farm in Dunham Massey, where I was a partner. So it was a big diversified farm with a lot of tourism activities and birthday parties for children, stuff like that. And in the summer, it'd be 3 years ago, I was looking to just add to the catering of where we used to do something called a maze, so a maze and a proper maze, and it was just adding to the catering offering there. And you know, it was mentioned about having a wood-fired pizza oven, and that's when I bought one, and that was the first start of the of doing pizzas in that way. And I suppose like from there we got invited to be at the Christmas lights at Dunham, which is like a big evening event at Dunham Hall, where they've got walking through Christmas, big lights installation. It's very, very pretty, it's very beautiful, and that was kind of like the first year of doing big catering in big numbers. And then last year, fortunately, as partners, we made a decision to dissolve the partnership, and I exited the business. And it was the second year of doing the Christmas lights at Dunham, and so the model was originally just to be doing events, external events, be it birthday parties or food fairs, or people just like having for school end of term school fetes or that sort of thing. That was generally going to be the model of Little Red Pizza.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I had a whole number of weddings and big birthday events all planned for from March onwards, and unfortunately, coronavirus put basically cancelled all of those.
Yeah.
And so if you're going up to the present, so quite early on into COVID, it was very much. I wasn't very used to doing nothing, quite frankly, and there was very much the inkling of doing deliveries of pizzas. So just turning up to somebody's house, which you can't do, but delivering pizzas to people's houses was very much testing the markets as to what was to see whether there was the demand, and lo and behold, there was, and you kind of from launch to it was very much a baptism of fire very quickly back in April, and it kind of just got to hit the ground running. So that's kind of in a very, very brief nutshell as to where we are.
Yeah. So you had to adapt quite quickly. Then it wasn't the plan to deliver pizza.
Not even on the wavelength was to do deliveries. Okay. It was very much. I was like, it was very much, will this idea work? And it was just all launched via social media. I use Facebook quite a lot, and to lesser extent Instagram and Twitter, but I'm using like Instagram and Facebook quite equally now. And so basically it was very social, it got a lot of because I think because people were at home and not, looking to do bits like that, it hit the ground running very quickly. So at the time, all the calls were linked to my own mobile, and the mobile didn't stop ringing. It was just we were just doing deliveries Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, yeah. So you grew it mainly through social media then? You didn't have to invest in like paid ads or any kind of marketing or anything?
No, I've done a little bit of work into paid ads, but nothing big. But we've had lots of people share what we do on their own, like say local town pages. So where so like if you're in Altrincham and Hale and Bowden, lots of people have shared what have done, what we're doing on there.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. So do you think once things are a bit more back to normal, you go back to the original plan of like mainly catering? And
I think it's going to be a hybrid. So with not a few weeks into just doing our delivery model, my friends who run a business called Massey Farm Ice Cream asked us if, because they have reopened, they can just reopening for people to come to a hatch in the door, not come into the shop themselves. They can serve their ice cream, but they didn't do food. So they just asked, well, do you want to be our food on site? So it's like the same model. People can turn to a hatch in the door. Yes, I'll have an ice cream. I'll have a pizza. So we've kind of got this halfway house of being on site, and then as well as having a delivery model. And I think going forward still, because I can have so I've got the kits. I can then do events off site. So with people are inquiring now. It's like, can you do an event in September time or October time? So so that's what kind of where I'm at the moment. Yeah, because I suppose like you can have weddings now up to 30 people. So if you had people saying, I've got a wedding in a couple of weeks, like very much we can adapt fairly quickly. I think one of the things that have been, we're looking to replace one of the ovens which I have on a trailer to a purpose-built pizza oven on a trailer, which gives it a bit better. It just looks a lot more professional in bigger capacity, and it's like looking to buy one of those over the next couple of months as well. So we've just got all the kit in place, ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because like you seem like a real people person. So if you miss that side of like interacting with people at like weddings and events, and I suppose you don't really interact with customers through just.
Yeah, I think you can get the energy. I mean, one thing I missed terribly during COVID was just interacting with people. It just full stop. I think part of my I also say I'm a very social person, and it's good. You kind of need to be around people as well. So when it's like set up or doing deliveries first off, I managed to get some of my old team back in together, and it was kind of like the gang is all here, and you kind of like you thrive on everyone's energy. Just so if you finally can achieve more. Working together as a group, and it's good fun. It's also getting that nice buzz of dropping off pizzas in a socially distant manner. It's really very proud of what you produce and make, and then drop it off and people go, "Oh, that pizzas were amazing, thank you very much." It's actually a nice feeling.
Yeah, I think it'll, if anything good is to come from lockdown over the past few months, it's going to make everyone appreciate coming to work a lot more, and like teamwork, and actually speaking to your colleagues every day.
Well, exactly. I think it's all well and good being able to do Zoom meetings, but I think just being amongst people's company and in an office or in an environment where you can just say just shout to somebody, or you can share a joke, and that sort of thing. It's so important.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah. So when did you set up your Mercato Fresh store? Was that?
It was quite early on, so I think it was late. It was probably in early May time was when it all set up, and basically because I had very little funds, all the money I was making was going going back into it, so I needed a very a value for money solution, and I'd seen. I was aware of Mercato as a brand. I've met Sean a couple of times, and and you talk about this Mercato Fresh being a free solution. We'll be able to set up an online shop. So one of the guys who works for me, who's at uni, is doing IT and business. So he helped me set up the Mercato store, which was it was fairly it was a fairly quick build, and then we've been able to get the just be able to enhance it and refine it from there. So we've had some very good sales from it as well. So that's been the proof in the pudding. Is we've had a lot of sales come through it, and that's all good.
Yeah, because I think the nice thing that everyone saw, entering lockdown, everyone was just like, how can I help? I think every business looked internally, how can I make a difference? How can I do something good in this tragic time? So it was Sean's idea, Mercato Fresh, to extend Mercato and supply food to Greater Manchester. So it's really nice to see a business like Little Red Pizza do really well and make sales on it and use it to grow the business.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just what I found very early on was that my phone just didn't stop ringing. I was just like, well, I know this is a pizza call, and so very quickly I said, right, I need to have an online solution because people are online, and then I need to also have got a second number just to take the pressure off my own phone, just so I'm not going, oh, hi, Little Red Pizza, oh, it's my dad. Oh, it's not.
Very professional.
Yeah, so it's the or what do you want? Oh, it's a it's somebody wanting pizza.
That's right.
So I think it's just the evolution of a business which went from nothing to a good high sales very quickly. That's the and so it's if you just be able to find a way to automate part of the sales process, then that's really, really useful. And I think I can see the benefits of Mercato Fresh. So my dad and my brother have an organic apple juice and cider business as well. So be actually a fairly good. It's a good platform to be able to put sales into that, using that platform as well.
Yeah, that's really great to hear. At the beginning of lockdown, would you have thought the business would be where it is now?
No, it was very much. I had no. I'm not going to lie. I was absolutely panicking a little bit as to what because I could see all my event sales have just. You could see the pipeline of the events that have been booked in just disappear, and so right, how are we going to bring in the income that I've lost? And so it was also my daughter's birthday during early like the 9th. It was the 18th of April, and we were due to have a party for her, which of course trying to tell a 9-year-old daughter that you're going to have to cancel your party, which and all the things that we were going to do we can't do, and so we end up, and this was kind of like we ended up firing up the wood-fired pizza oven at home, and we delivered some pizzas to her friends, and then and somebody said, are you going to do this more often? And so the inkling of the idea kind of was a couple of weeks from my daughter's birthday, saying actually I could do something like this. I didn't envisage it was going to be this busy that quickly. So and I think for a lot of people, it was priced. The pizzas were priced at well, and and people were just getting bored of their own cooking.
Yeah.
They're just wanting something different. So I know it's those companies or restaurants which have been able to adapt quickly. We're still doing a good trade in delivering great quality food.
Yeah, and have you grown your product range over lockdown? Is that
what we've been able to do? So we've been able to tie up with a couple of companies. So we've got 2 wine companies who were able to deliver their wine on their behalf. So if wanting a very nice Merlot or a nice Rioja to go with the pizza, or an Italian Pinot Grigio, or there's we can offer, we can pair the pizzas with nice wines, and so that's been a nice win. It's been trying to just say, right, we've got so far so quickly, right, take a moment's breath, and then say, right, what's the next stage? And having a physical location where we can sell to as well has grown the business again. So it's just a case of it's just every now it's just having small each that physical change in location and stuff like that has just required a bit more planning, and so it's just we're looking to do more specials on the pizzas. We're in a physical location which we can then offer on for delivery as well.
Yeah, that sounds great. So coming to the end of lockdown, looking back, what would you say was probably the highlight for the business, and maybe the lowest point?
I think the biggest highlight was my big love is startups and getting that energy to starting it, and there's nothing better than the phone ringing.
Yeah,
and that's the great thing. And then I think some of the low points is like you think you're going to have a really busy weekend, and it was like the VE Day weekend.
Yeah.
And you're kind of gearing up for a busy weekend, and it didn't happen. But then I realised people are having socially distant street parties. It's in the streets, and people just doing their own, catering. Well, okay, you're still doing some business, but not the business I thought we would be doing. So I remember driving through the middle of streets in Altrincham, where the kind of, that everyone's on the streets with, deck chairs and something in their own area. You're just eating food. It's like, oh right, okay, I didn't see it. I didn't foresee that.
Yeah.
It's so that's been good. Some people have been very just great and so order from me every week. Which is very humbling. It's just and have these regular customers where you go, delivered to them a couple of weeks ago, and you just know you're on their place to go to places, of ordering. So
really nice. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. Do you think it helps you think on your feet, the fact that you do have like an entrepreneurial mind, and you've had startups before? Do you think that helps you adapt?
I think you do. I think that constantly thinking, it's like, how can I improve this? What can we do better in the marketing? Do we need to invest in some paid advertising? Socially, the printed advertising. I've not done any, much printed advertising for Little Red Pizza at all. It's all been very much social and organic.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to just enhance it a little bit, and not being scared to do that.
Yeah. So someone, say, starting a business like you did, a food business during lockdown, but it's the first business, maybe they're a lot younger. Yeah. What advice would you give them for, sort of making it successful?
Yeah, I think, first of all, are you passionate about it? Are you passionate about what you are doing? Can you see, have you got the energy and the time in order is it going to get you up in the morning and and really or right, I'm going to do this today, and having that time to devote to it. Because there's that saying, there's passion, vision, and commitment. It's just it's like three important words. So, and you've got to love what you do. So it's that's one of the things. If you love what you do, then the energy and people will see that as well.
Yeah.
So,
That's so right. Yeah, you can just tell you're absolutely so passionate about your business. And that.
Yeah, it's a Monday morning. I'm just like, I've got a load of housework to do because my wife's at work.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's and I enjoy it as well. It's just and the thing is, it's not only just getting new customers; it's having repeat customers. Because if you've got repeat customers often, they are your biggest advocates. They're the ones that will tell other people about what you do. It's and so it's it's really good that I've got a good mix of client base. So
that's absolutely the most powerful marketing, word of mouth. There's no better way to grow a business than personal recommendations.
Correct.
You listen to your friends, don't you? That's really exciting then. Have you got anything planned for the near future?
Near future, well, obviously because we're based as an ice cream farm, we can now sell ice cream in our delivery, in the delivery model, which is great. So
that's great. Wine pizza and ice cream.
Yeah, wine pizza and ice cream. All the healthy options, it's just. But there's that. I think people are starting to talk about going on to like doing events, going to their, doing parties and stuff like that. And just, it's just, I just foresee, more. It's how much do you invest into paid advertising? It's the and just to keep that word of mouth spreading. There are some days just like I just want to have a couple of days not thinking about pizza, but deep down that you are. So I think it's just I think at some points I do need to invest in a new trailer. I mean, what I have at the moment is fine. I mean, I've got two ovens. One's a very big oven, which is like great. So we're in a static location. It gives me the output. And I'll need investing in a trailer option ready for when events start happening again. So that's what I need to do.
Yeah. It seems like Little Red Pizza's got a really exciting future, and it's been great to see it grow over lockdown. And it seems like it's just going to grow even stronger.
Just keep. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just need to just enhance what you do, and I think just more be open. If when people say, "Can you do this?" generally the answer is yes.
Yeah.
It's the just said like, give me, and I was so fortunate to be asked to go to the ice cream farm. They said, do you want to be our food offering? And well, yes.
Yeah.
So that'd be great, and it's and the fit feels right. So it's kind of, instead of being in two locations, now just in one. And it's just, it spreads your costs better, and it just works nicely.
That's great. Yeah, well, that's been a really interesting insight into your business. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. So, look forward to seeing you at some point.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. Yeah, have a great week. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Isabel. Okay, cheers now. Okay, bye bye.